Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavihiritam Kalmashapaham Shravana Mangalam Shri Madatatam Bhuvi Krinanti Ye Bhurida Jana. The nectar of the years is the life for those who are scorched by the world. Words which have been uttered by the knowers of truth, which wipe out sins, the very hearing of which is beneficial, which are beautiful, pleasing to the ear, pleasing to the heart, which are inexhaustible. Those who recount them on earth are the givers of plenty. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening. Nice to meet you again with the nectar-like words from the Narada Bhakti Sutras, the Narada's aphorism on devotion. So we have been reading Narada's point that always try to have tadeva sadhyatam, attain that holy company alone, without fail. So he was praising that those who like to develop progress in spiritual life, they have to go and meet and spend time with the spiritual people. Automatically from them, these things, good things, these tendencies will come. There is a saying we maintain in our the spiritual tradition that be careful about your thoughts, because thoughts always lead us to action. Good thoughts, if I always think of good thoughts, I will be engaged in good deeds. If my mind is busy with evil thoughts, bad thoughts, destructive thoughts, then my mind will lead me to bad actions. So there is a word watch, W-A-T-C-H. Watch your word. Watch your action. Watch your thoughts. Watch your character. Watch your habit. So now the habit forms. These thoughts lead to action. Continuous thoughts will prompt me to undertake that good things or bad things. That is natural. We experience. This is not a rocket science to understand. We know from our experience. I do those works which my mind is already engaged with the thought. Yes, I will. And it becomes a habit. Thoughts lead to action. Then action leads to habit. It forms the habit. Every day after getting up in the morning, we will go to the brush the teeth. Before we eat, we will wash our hands. When there was our COVID time, still some people follow it. Immediately, anything before touching food or this, everyone will touch the sanitizer. It has become a second nature. This habit is the second nature. Automatically one goes there. So it forms this good thoughts lead to good action, bad thoughts to bad action, and doing continuously those actions form the habit. And habit, continuous one habit, whatever good habits will generate inside the mind of everyone good tendencies, and bad habits, bad tendencies. And those tendencies are inner, it is inside, nobody will see. But outside, tendencies are reflected outside through the action, conduct, behavior, that becomes the character. Oh, that man is not of a good character. How could one know? Because through my actions, activities, what I am thinking nobody knows. In the Gita, it is there that outside you may control yourself. Nobody is seeing that you are doing anything bad. Karmendriyani sangyammo ya aste manusa smaran. Mithachara sa uchyate. That if mind also is one of our senses, very subtle. I am not seeing anything bad, I am not talking anything bad, I am not hearing anything bad, I am engaged. But that is not sufficient, that all my five senses I have controlled, yes. But what about your mind? Mind is very, very important in spiritual life, in our day-to-day life also. If you want to progress in material life, in studies, if you are not mindful, you cannot go further. You want to be a very good driver, you have to be very attentive mentally. If you want to be a scientist, you have to, even if you want to become a, ordinary anything, anything you repair, anything, you are with the needle, you are stitching something. If your mind is not there, either you will injure your own fingers or you will injure others, or the work you are cooking. If your mind is not in the cooking, either it will remain half cooked or it is burnt, overcooked. It will be tasty if mind is there. If not, then it will not be that tasty. So this, the mind is very, very important. And mind becomes the guru. In spiritual life, the purification of mind, as all of you know, we know all, that Jesus, how much he said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. For seeing God, realizing God, one has to have a pure mind. So these thoughts make our mind pure, impure. So thoughts lead to action, this activity to habit, action, regular, continuous action, it forms habit, and habit it makes our inner tendencies, good habits, good tendencies, bad habits, bad tendencies, and tendencies reflected outside is character, my behavior. So if I mix with the good people, they will never ever tell me anything destructive, anything negative, anything frustrating, anything depressing. They will be always telling, all right, go ahead. In the Upanishad, Swami Vivekananda said, if I have got anything, I have learned anything from the Upanishad, what is that? It is Avi, be fearless. You are that, thou art that, you are that pure soul, you are not this body. Something wrong has happened. What is sin? To God, sin is for us. No, nothing is sin to God. A little mistake, don't do it. If you understand it is a mistake, I will not do that. Tomorrow my examination, today I am lying and sleeping and watching TV and engaged. I understand. Mother, father is telling, hey, what are you doing? Tomorrow your exam, get yourself prepared with the lessons. Follow the syllabus, you have prepare yourself properly. Yes, I understand. I was doing wrong. So don't do that. I misbehave to be my father, mother, my teacher, anyone, my friend. I have heard. No, I will not do anything anymore. Just control yourself, whatever is bad. Narada is again and again telling that always try to have holy company. Because from this holy company, we get all good things. And bad company will drag us towards downwards. Degradation, destruction finally. So one has to be very careful. Watch your word, watch your action, watch your thought, watch your habit, watch means be careful, be alert. Watch your habit. W word, A action, T thought, C character, H habit. See that I can form good habits. If I want to form good habit, what I have to do? I have to follow certain good thoughts inside, flow all these good thoughts. That will lead me good action, good thoughts, good habit, good character. This is a simple thing. And all these things, root is the mind. So, for purification of mind, this holy company is very, very important. So Narada is telling, try sadhatam, sadhatam, repeating again and again, attain that holy company alone without fail. And through holy company you will get God's grace also. Through holy company also you will be aware of your own real pure nature. Otherwise our tendency will be always to get engaged in something which will not take us to higher level, sublime level, that will destroy. Because this world is like that. Everyone is running after 8 billion, more than 8.41 billion people are more or less in this world. How many people think of doing good to others? How many people think of speaking the truth? How many people are thinking to control the lust and greed and anger and form character? Yes, there are good people. There are rishis, munis, sages, saints, in all tradition, in all religions, there are good people, no doubt. But how many? Billions and billions are trying to engage more and more, giving license to lust and greed and anger and animosity and ill behavior, all these things. Suppose you have not done anything wrong, somebody will come to do something wrong to you. Even holy people are attacked. They have not done anything wrong, but bad people will come and do harm to them. That is their nature. And if you remain in the company of the bad people, you will also grow your tendency. Suppose you do not drink anything. Drink means alcohol, anything bad. This in Indian traditions, these things, smoking, and drinking, visiting bad places, thinking of bad things, seeing bad movies, these all will destroy your good character. Your good tendencies will be destroyed, and you will form bad tendencies which will force you to act badly, which will attract you to doing something destructive, nonsense, bad, not conducive to spiritual life. So Narada is telling, be alert, sadhatam, sadhatam, always remain in the holy company, because holy company is holy. Other than holy is unholy. There are two things, either it is holy or it is unholy. If you don't remain in unholy company, then where you will go? No, I will remain in middle path. There is neither holy nor holy. No, either it is truth or it is false. If you are speaking, it is truth. If it is not truth, then it must be false. There is no second thing. No, I am neither it is truth, and neither nor it is false. It cannot be. So either it will be good or it will be bad. So Naradaji is telling that, praising the holy company, Mahat Sangastu Durlabho. So Labhyapi Tatkripa is the holy company. The company of the holy persons is difficult to attain as well as understand, and never fails to produce the good result. Holy company will always produce good result. So always remain in holy company. And each holy company can be obtained through His grace alone. If God does not wish, without God's will, our mind will not go to any holy company, any holy people, to get any interest in good things. So we are sitting here. Everyone is free in this world to do something bad and also to do something good. So without God's grace, the mind also will not come to holy, will not be desirous of holy company, good company. Holy always does not necessarily means that it needs a saint's company only, sannyasis, mendicants, these monks. Holy means those people in the society who don't speak lie, who don't lie, who always speak the truth, who never cheat, who never take recourse to falsity, who are unselfish, who are loving, compassionate, straightforward, pure, chaste. Those are holy people. Holy doesn't necessarily mean that one has to be always a monk. It is not that. So many rishis and munis, sages, they were householders. They stayed in householders' life, in family life. But in the society, in their ashrams, in their cottages, in their hermitages, but their life was completely pure. Never ever they uttered any lie, never ever they compromised with truth, with anything that is not pure. So their life was like that. So holy company means that those people who are trying to live a pure life, chaste life, unselfish life, loving life, compassionate life, merciful life, straightforward life, no crookedness. So business people, what they do mostly, oh no, I have not taken any benefit from it. Profit is only $1. I have just bought. This goldsmith, they say there is a saying that goldsmiths are so greedy that they steal gold from their own mother's ornaments even. Goldsmith becomes so greedy because by stealing a little bit gold, they become wealthy. They accumulate their wealth in that bad way, mostly. So this is the world outside. So where to go? To inculcate good things, to practice good things, to have some living example. Go to the holy company, spend more time there. Sri Ramakrishna also in the Gospel, in the second chapter, when this recorder of the Gospel was telling, he was trying to commit suicide. He was so disgusted and frustrated. He kept his wife and children in his sister's home and was trying to commit suicide. And this accidentally, through the request of his friend Sidhu, he came to see the Dakshineshwar Kali temple, not even Sri Ramakrishna. Beautiful place is there by the side of the Ganges. Your mind is upset. Let us go and sit there. We also do. When we find our near and dear ones suffering from something, we take them from that site and take them to a better place. And let us go and in the park, in a place where mind will be calm and quiet, because he is my friend, so he took him there. After hearing a few words, his thoughts were changed, how holy company changes. And then Sri Ramakrishna said, oh, you want to fix your mind in God? Achha, very easy thing it is. What? Always remain in sadhu sangha, holy company. Chant the name of God, repeat the name of God, spend time in the company of the good people, holy people, and think of God, and think that this world, this body, nothing will remain permanently for eternity. So what is permanent? Try to know that. And that is there within you, in everyone, in everything. Impose that first. You do not know. But gradually you will find that it is not an imposition. It is a kind of exploration. It is a kind of discovery. We do not know our own self. Discover your own self. Know thyself. Tad viddhi. So know thou art that. It is there. It is not that something new will come to you. Only it is covered. You do not know out of your ignorance. Remove your ignorance and it will be revealed to you. It will flash. So one has to be very careful about the thoughts, and pure thought comes in the presence of good people, holy people. So Naradji, we have discussed all this. Now Naradji, we continue. He is telling that dussanga sarvathaiva tyajyo. First he said, always remain in holy company. Do it again and again. Tadeva sadhatam. Always try to attain that holy company alone, without fail. Do it. Narada was giving emphasis, do it now. Sri Ramakrishna said that this human life is so precious. Having this human life, getting this wonderful, this body mechanism gifted by God. Those who do not try to realize God, their life is it is a heavy loss. great loss. Oh God, why people do not take care of this reaching the goal, attaining the goal of human life, which is nothing less than realizing the truth, realizing God. Aha, Sri Ramakrishna. Rishis, Munis, they think in that way. When they get realized, Buddhadev, after realization, he was running after to find out, running to his friends, those who have deserted him. They say, "Oh, you are not following the real tapasya, real austerities. So where are they? Are they also enlightened? Let me see. Let me share my joy with them. Oh, my friends, where are you? I am now Buddha. You see, I have known the truth. Like the Archimedes, this Latin word. I have got. When he jump into an water and felt the eureka. So these rishis munis also, I have got. They cannot contain themselves. Sri Ramakrishna used to go up to the roof of the Dakshineshwar Kali temple estate. So going there was calling, "Oh, my dear, where are you all? Come to me. How long I will only talk to the worldly minded people? They will not be able to understand what I am talking of, that ultimate reality. Without pure mind, pure brain, pure understanding, nobody will understand this. So where are the pure souls? Come, ye." Jesus is telling, "Ye are the salt on earth. Ye are the children of immortal bliss," Upanishad. You see, all the great people, prophets, avatars, they are telling that truth is there within you. They are never saying anything negative. You are a fool, you will not be, you are already gone. No. Nobody is gone, nobody is destroyed. Swami Vivekananda said, don't lose faith in human beings. Always have faith in human beings. When who will be changed, when who will turn his or her mind towards God, who knows? You are not God. So always speak the truth, always speak positive, always push people forward. Charivati, go forward. The more you go forward, the more you will discover the spiritual joys, treasures. So Naradji also is giving emphasis here that yes, dussanga sarvathaiva tyajya. What you have to do? Always avoid this dussanga, bad company. Dussanga sarvathaiva tyajya. Asatsanga, this bad company, to be shunned always. The company of the unholy should be avoided by all means. Otherwise, my spiritual awakening, which is just, it's sprouting, it will die in the beginning. So, see that does not happen. Those who are desirous of that supreme devotion, supreme knowledge, should not seek for bad companies, because they do not know this life. They will try to drag you down and destroy your spiritual life, spiritual growth. Whatever you have already achieved, that also will be destroyed. So don't do that. Sarvatha, always, by all means, one should avoid the bad company. Why? What is the result of the bad company? Kama, krodha, moha, smriti, bhang, buddhinasha, sarvanasha karanatvat. Kama, krodha, moha, smriti, bhrangsha, buddhinasha, sarvanasha karanatvat. Why to be shunned this bad company, unholy company? Because the company of the unholy, bad people, evil-minded people, brings in its train, as a result, lust, anger, infatuation, loss of remembrance of God, loss of the power of reasoning, and complete ruin finally. It is just echo of the Gita's words. The same words are there in the Gita. In the Gita we find Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna in the second chapter, Arjuna, you see, Dhayato Vishayan Pungsha Sangaste Supujayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamo Kamat Krodho Vijayate Krodat Bhavati Sammoho Sammohat Sriti Vibhrahme Buddhi Nashat Pranushrati. What is the meaning? Meaning is, thinking of objects, attachment to them is formed in a person. And from attachment, longing. And from longing, anger grows. And from anger comes delusion. And from delusion, loss of memory. From loss of memory comes the ruin of discrimination. And from the ruin of discrimination, he perishes. Because this unholy, what will happen? Because through the unholy company, one will develop lust, anger, infatuation, loss of remembrance of God, loss of the power of reasoning, discrimination, and finally bringing the complete ruin. It is just echoing in the Gita. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling almost like that. A beautiful image appears. The tendency of the mind is to repeat it. Once I have seen something good, oh, I liked it. Once something I have heard a sweet something voice, my ear is alert to hear it again. Once I have eaten something very tasty, oh, will I give more? Give. You give that Kerala, that bitter gourd, nobody will, particularly youngsters. They will say, no, we don't like that. Old people take, they eat through their brain, through their head. How? They know that these are good for us, this bitter gourd. It is a medicine to remain in good health. Otherwise, anytime I will die. Nobody likes to die. We say many things about death. Always suffering in this world. All good is there. There are always negative-minded people who will criticize the whole world, everything. So you die. Let Jama comes, God of death. No, I have more works to do. I have my duties in the family. Who will look after them? My family is there, my mother is there, my wife is there, husband is there, my son is there. Everyone brings lame excuses, please, to avoid meeting the death. So, there is nothing wrong, because death is not something very fearful. Death will come, but we have to be alert that before we meet Mr. Death, we have finished our activities complete. And there is a Ramprasad, one song is there. বসে আছি নদীর কোলে জোয়ার এলে ভাটিয়ে যাব এগিয়ে যাব ভাটিয়ে যাব ভাটার তলে. I have done all my activities, my God, Mother Kali. I am now waiting for your coming. I don't have any desire, any fear of you. Oh, come. I have finished my activities. Now I am satisfied. I am now sitting completely free. When you will come, I will go with you. Joar ele egiye jabo. When there will be high tide, I will go towards the up. If the low tide comes, I will follow that. I am ready on the boat. So that comes when you are spiritually matured, through God's grace, through sadhana, through austerities, through prayer, through living a wonderful, detached life, activities, good thoughts, doing good to others, offering prayer to God, surrendering ego to God, and thinking of God and God alone. Finally, that stage come in your mind, that we can face in any situation, anything. I am unperturbed in praise and in criticism, in any situation, because I do not have any desire to enjoy anything more. I have got God. I feel the grace of God in my heart of hearts. What else do I need? If I have got God, what else do I need? And if I have not got God, then what all these things will do? These are not gods. I am aspiring for God only. If it is not God, something else other than God, then I don't need it, because it will not satiate what I want. And if I have already got God, then what is the necessary of all these things? I don't need, because I have already, I am satisfied. God means that final satisfaction. So, bliss, peace, joy, the ultimate reality. So, this always try to remain in the holy company, because other than holy company will form all these things. The tendency of the mind is to repeat it. Anything good, bad, it comes according to my samskaras, inner tendency. I will try to, those whose mind is impure, they will try to be enjoying the impure things. Those whose mind is pure, they will be trying to enjoy the pure things, pure thoughts, pure sins, pure discourses, discussions, all these things. It's man to man, it will vary. So, in the bad company, they will gradually force you to be a part of that bad practice. And in the good company, gradually, although your mind may not be pure in the beginning, and that is natural, but if you remain in the good company, holy company, with the pure-minded people, devotees of God, real devotees, then what will happen? One day you will also become a devotee. You will also feel the presence of divinity within. That is what it is we find. So, here it is written that the tendency of the mind is to repeat it. Any beautiful image appears, repair. Then, if the image is allowed to recur, a liking grows. Oh, I want to see. If I like somebody, I am happy in his or her presence. So, I like to see, and again, there is time. Flight is there is time. Spend some more time. We don't like to part with them, our near and dear ones, because I like that person. The mind tendency is, if something is beautiful, soothing, that gives pleasure, joy to us, we want to repeat the same thing, and then the image is allowed to recur. Again and again it comes in our mind, and a liking grows, and through the liking, with this growth of liking, a wish to come close to it, to enjoy it, to possess it, it also comes, it appears. Any obstacle to this position and in this path, any obstacle becomes very bad, and that produces wrath, anger, and the impulse of anger throws the mind into confusion, which casts a veil over the lessons of wisdom learned by past experience. Thus, deprived of his moral standard, past experience, I know, without the permission of the father and mother, and wasting time or running after to these sense pleasures and objects, it has ruined many people's life. It is not that we do not know, but when it comes on my shoulder, into my mind, then I forget whatever my past experiences. That yes, it is not that when we do something wrong, we do not know that I am doing something wrong. This temptation, it is not that I do not know the meaning of the temptation and the result of that. We know, we have heard so many times, but now mind does not work because anger is there. Anger produces this impulse, throws into confusion, which casts a veil over the lessons of wisdom learned by the past experience. We cannot take a good decision. No, I should not do this, bad things. It is not good. Some is there. He is my friend. Why I am hitting him? It happens. At the heat of the moment, people forget that I should not do it. Sometimes, without any intention, they murder even. Finally understands, I have done something wrong. Then try to flee away the place. Oh, I'll be caught. It is not that we do not know. The hitting in the head with a rod. Anytime you are shooting some person, he or she may die. Do you not know that it is bad? It is punishable. The result will be also hanging or death. It is not that we do not know, we know. But at the time of that kind of possessiveness, this desire to get that, people forget what is good, what is bad, discriminative faculty does not work anymore. So that is what nicely it is given. The mind becomes confused. It is thrown into confusion, which casts a veil over the lessons of wisdom learned by past experiences. Thus, deprived of his moral standard, he or she is prevented from using his normal discrimination. Failing in discrimination, he or she acts irrationally on the impulse of passion and paves the way to moral death. If I cannot take a right decision, what is death? Death is not this body's death only. If my morality is died, ethics, morality is not there, then what is the human life? Is it a life worth living without any discriminative faculty, without any viveka, vairagya, without any understanding of good and bad? So, that is, Naradji is repeating that this will finally complete the ruin. So, always avoid the bad company, unholy company, evil company. Next, what is next? Next mantra is why I will avoid those things? Because it will ruin. Tarangaita opime sangat samudrayante. In the beginning, we think, what is that? A small thing. I know that is bad. I know how to protect myself. While driving, I know that, yes, that much I can go, taking a little, just giving a little stunt. I know. Well, those who do show that stunt, they do not know how to. They think, I will be able to control myself, save myself. But finally, sometimes they meet fatality, met with fatality. So, we think, I can win over, I can control, I am aware of the situation. But scriptures say no, more or less in the beginning, unless and until you are completely matured, you are established in the truth, Atmajnana, supreme knowledge, supreme devotion. You should not take chance that, no, I can remain in bad company. What bad company? Don't I know? I am a holy man. I am an aspirant of holy life, holy goal, higher goal. They are bad people, I know. I know how to tackle them. Those who will really try to advance spiritual life, they will not go and show that I can tackle the bad people, evil people. That is not necessary. Why unnecessarily you are poking your nose? You are driving towards, say, suppose San Francisco. Why unnecessarily here and there you are getting involved in quarrel, in this dispute, that dispute? You are not meant for that. Police is there. Why you are getting yourself involved? Many people are already there. Local people are taking care of that. If you get yourself, you will be delayed to reach your destiny. But people think, I am alert, I know how to handle the situation. So, Naradji is telling, Tarangaita opime sangat samudranti. In the beginning, it appears to be a small thing. What? I know my goal, I know my road, my car is also so fine, I am a good driver. So what? A little bit, let me finish this and then I'll go. But scripture is telling, because of unholy company, these things, even though began as a ripple, gradually turn into an ocean. Rabindranath Tagore, there is a wonderful saying. In our school days, as youngsters, we had to write expand this idea. One idea, what is this? One little couplet or half couplet. What is that? Choto choto balukana, bindu bindu jal, gore tole mahadesh, sagaro atol. Small grain of, little grain of sand. If you accumulate, gather, gradually that single grain of sands make a whole continent. And drop water, drop by drop. One drop of water, what is its value? You accumulate, one day it will make an ocean. So in your life also, we may think, a small, bad company, what? I am aware of my good life, pure life, holy life. This a little bad company, bad people, let me handle, let me mix, let me spend some time with them. No. It may appear in the beginning, very little I can handle. But finally, that is why Narad is telling, Tarangaita opime sangat samudrayante. In the beginning, it may appear as a ripple, but gradually those ripples turn into an ocean. So, Naradji says that the company of holy men should be resorted to and evil company should be avoided. Why should evil company be avoided? Narada explains it in the next aphorism, that evil company has to be shunned because it causes this, it becomes the cause of lust, anger, delusion, loss of discrimination of God, good, bad, we cannot decide. Finally, loss of power of discrimination, and finally, it crushes our life. Our spiritual life is nabbed, is finished there. We cannot go forward. We are degraded, we are destroyed. So, company with the evil persons causes all this. That is why one should shun the unholy company. How it will come, nobody knows. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, since you are a vegetarian, why you will be moving around in a fish market? Since you don't eat fish, why you are wasting your time in the fish market, my dear? If you are a spiritual seeker, be in the company of the spiritual seekers and spiritual giants, spiritual already established persons, spiritual personalities. Why you unnecessarily? That actually it is like the fish out of water. But there are people, their tendencies are there sometimes. Don't think that you are too smart to handle any situation. This temptation, when it will come and who will be dragged down, nobody knows. So don't take a chance in this. While, particularly in the beginning, Sri Ramakrishna said, in the beginning when you have just planted a small sapling, be careful about how much heat it is getting, sun ray, water, and make a fence around it. Otherwise, goats and other things will come and eat it out and finish. It will be destroyed. And when it is grown, you can tie even an elephant in that tree when it grows to a tree. But in the beginning, don't take a chance. It will be finished. There is no question. So see that it gets a little manure, it gets a little water. Nobody goes to give water in the forests. Already big trees are there. It is there in the nature. So when our spiritual life will grow like a big tree, then we can remain in presence of anybody and everybody, good, bad people, no problem. But if in the beginning we indulge a little, then God knows that it is so difficult when it will come. One Swami, it is fact, Holy Mother's disciple, one day Mother was telling about it. Mother, mind has become so pure that even not 24 hours, never ever any bad thought comes. No, nothing, not even in dream, not even when I am Holy Mother immediately with her own hands put it on the lips, mouth of the disciple and said, Baba, my child, don't say that, don't say that. Don't say that. This Mahamayar emni maya rekhecho ki kuhak kore Brahma Vishnu achaitanya jive ki korite pare. This Sri Ramakrishna, it has been quoted in the gospel song. There is a song. That great illusion, Mahamaya, the one aspect of the Maya aspect of that ultimate reality, it has cast a spell over all of us. We are thinking, I am so intelligent, I am living a really nice life. So who can catch me? I am all alert. We think in that way. রেখেছ কি কুহক করে, ব্রহ্মা বিষ্ণু অচৈতন্য। Even Brahma, Vishnu, they faint to what to do, what not to do. This Maya is so difficult to cross. This spell is so intense and strong. So don't take a chance. Don't play with Maya. Don't play with this unholy company. What they will do, I know. No, don't do that. And when that power comes, God gives the charter. Sri Ramakrishna used to ask Vidyasagar, Keshav Sen, you are lecturing, have you got the charter? Has God given you that you have become guru, you are lecturing, bringing people to knowledge, light of knowledge? Are you yourself illumined? Have you got any word from God? Have you got a vision of God? God has given you permission? You are doing all these things. You are teaching what is God, what is not God, which way, which path to be followed. They all came. Mom. Who will tell, like Sri Ramakrishna? That is why Narendranath, as a young boy, he used to visit Rabindranath Tagore's father, Maharshi Devendranath Thakur. He is a great teacher of, he is a good man, no doubt, living good life. But Sri Ramakrishna is telling, when you are speaking of God, talking of God, giving new path, they are away from Hinduism. They are giving a new description, new explanation of the scriptures, what people should do, what is wrong with the Hindus, Hinduism. They are giving. Have you got any charter, any order that you are doing? Could not answer. Keshav Sen he became a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Master said, have you got? Otherwise people will come, you are a very good orator. Nicely you can present things. People will come and hear, enjoy a little time. Afterwards, nobody will be following the path of, rather they will start fighting with you. Now you have already got, your disciples is fighting with you. There are divisions. Vijay, Krishna Goswami, and others are in one group. There is a bad situation. So Keshav, if you don't accept the disciples without checking their affinity, then in future they will not show respect to you. They will have a breakaway group and there will be another sect. And if you are not got any God's order, then these things will happen. You have to bear it, my dear. Because Vijay also was a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. This Keshav also was a disciple and devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, and both had highest respect for Sri Ramakrishna. So nobody could answer Narendranath's question. Have you seen God, sir? Kept mum. But when he came to Sri Ramakrishna smiling, he said, yes, I have seen. As I am seeing you, no, not seeing. It is a luminous form. For seeing you, I need a light. But for seeing God, we don't need any light. That is itself luminous, self-effulgent, self-luminous. So, I've seen for better, and I can show you also. But my dear, who is ready there to see God? How many people want to see God? Guru mile lakhe lakh, chelana mile ek. There are people who want to become guru, but there are very little people, number of people that really wants to practice. I will become an ideal disciple. When an ideal disciple, you practice, one day you will be an ideal guru by God's grace. But if in the beginning, if you think, I am the guru, what less I know from my guru also is sleeping, eating, drinking, I am also sleeping, eating, drinking, he also read these books. It is not reading books or lecturing. It is something that, there is a saying that no one can utter it outside. Bodhe pran, bodhe jar. Who has realized? He or she has realized. No, it cannot be said what it is. When you get it, you become mom. You stop giving lectures to others. So, this Naradji is giving this one after another examples. we should avoid the bad company and always seek the good company. It rouses lust in us. Narada puts great emphasis on this point that it generates anger in us, it causes delusion, it makes us lose our remembrance of God. All these things happen through evil company, and so that should be avoided by all means. Narada puts great emphasis on these points. And in the Gita also I have just said, it is there. And sometimes we show our charitable view on things and say, let us be practical. We cannot always keep away from evil company. So let us be with the evil one and yet remain alert so that that person's influence may not be there on us. But generally we find if you remain, you are a pure-minded person. If you remain in the company of drug addicts, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, you are thinking, I am going to help them to bring them out of that addiction. Oh God, mostly those who become addicts, they confess that I was not in the beginning an addict. Others, my friends, that is why in India, bad company is very highly shunned. Bharjanya, sarvatha bharjanya. Gradually they, good people, one does not become drunkard without the help of anybody else. He or she gets some friends to degrade the spiritual qualities, values, ethics, morality. One cannot become suddenly a murderer. They mix with bad people, evil-minded people, very hard-minded people, and heartless people. Gradually, they also become a part of it, and finally they also become. In India they call this a shooter. So they are hired. They practice shooting by killing people. How many people they have? Their value, their fees are more among the mafias in the underground scoundrels, these criminals. Their value is in this way. How many who has murdered, his fees will be more because he will get the things done. See the world. So Scripture is telling always remain away from that. Don't think that I am alert, it cannot influence. Rather, your life will be spoiled, they will influence you and degrade your spiritual life. So, an ordinary seeker of God, however, has to be careful by all means so that he or she may not allow himself or herself to be affected by evil company. That will lower his condition and take him away from the path of God. Narada places great emphasis on this. In the beginning, lust, anger, etc. may appear a very little small ripple of the ocean, but they are aggravated through the company of such evil people. Gradually they themselves become drug addict, they themselves become drunkard, they themselves become criminals, murderers, lawbreakers. In the beginning it is little. Gradually it culminates to that level. So it is said we must be aware of them when they are in the company of evil, as such company will make our small ripple transformed into an ocean. That is, our lust, anger, delusion, etc. will be augmented so much that we will not be able to control them. Therefore, one must remain alert and avoid evil company by all means. There is no adjustment and compromise with this while in the beginning of the spiritual life. Never thinking that one is strong enough not to be affected by it. Such complacency will always spell ruin. So that is the message of Naradji. Then he is new for sloka number 46. What is that? Question? No, I take that. Let me finish. So, kastariti mayam yah sangastar tvajati yo mahanubhavang sevati yo nirmamo bhavati. So, number 46 is, who crosses this ocean of delusion? Who can cross? It is so strong, so powerful. Temptation is so powerful. He who discards the company of the unholy, who serves great spiritual persons, remain in the holy company, and Guru, who gives up the idea of egotism. So, next mantra, he is giving explanation that who can cross this world of Maya, this desire to continue, reach the goal without being affected by the worldly things. This, who can? Who crosses the ocean of the delusion? He who discards the company of unholy, who serves great spiritual persons, who gives up the idea of egotism. The next mantra is Yo vivikta sthanam sevate, yo loka bandhan unmalayati, nistraigunno bhavati yoguksamang tajati. Yah karma phalam tvajati karmani sangnasati tato nirdanda bhavati yo vedanam api sangnasati kevalam avichinna anuragam labhate. So, what is the meaning? Satarati, satarati, so lokang staravati. So, this meaning is of all these things that he who lives in solitude, uproots worldly bondages, goes beyond the three gunas, satta, rajas and tamas, and renounces the idea of obtaining the objects of the world or their preservation, crosses the ocean of delusion. Jah karma phalam tajati, he who gives up all effects of action, renounces all actions, become free from duality. He who discards even actions enjoined by the Vedas, he only attains uninterrupted love, that divine love, that bhakti which we are aspiring for. Satarati, satarati. And he or she does not only himself or herself crosses. Taravati, lokangs taravati also. They help others also to go and cross this ocean of birth and death, this maya, this delusion, this problem of not taking a right decision. So, it is for them. So, here Naradji is giving that in the Gita also it is said that if you go to the Guru, he began that you have to do some seva to the seniors, to the Guru. Otherwise you cannot. You have to give up your egotism. When we serve others, we give up our ego. Ego is the thing Sri Ramakrishna said again and again. So long ego is there, Jesus also said, you cannot worship both together, this God and that mammon, because that is the desire. It is my possession, this is my wealth, me and mine. Ego, first, most highest our attraction and clinging is to this body. I am this. So one has to give up the ego. Who gives up the idea of egotism and who serves the spiritual persons and who remain in the holy company, who always avoid, discourage the company of unholy. Very alertly, with alert mind, with a clear understanding, we have to do that. If we are to spiritually advance, we have to be very careful about the unholy things, unholy people, unholy thought, unholy activities. That will not help us grow. Rather, that will discard, destroy whatever we have achieved already. And we have to be very consciously, despite there are problems, we have to be in holy company. And try to do some seva to the holy people, to Guru, and always become humble, humility, no egotism. These are the main things. And where it is available, he who lives in solitude. Generally we fight each other when we live in the society, in the family. You live alone in some jungle, no fight with anybody, no irritation of the mind. no outer influence from the outside to disturb your mind, perturbed your mind. Your mind can remain completely calm and quiet in the thought of the bliss of God, the ultimate reality. So, he who lives in solitude, uproots worldly bondages, goes beyond the three gunas, sattva, rajatana, I am unperturbed in all situations, I am not attached to anything, renounces the idea of obtaining the objects of the world or its enjoyment or their preservation. They only cross this ocean of delusion, ocean of maya, ocean of confusion, ocean of suffering, this birth and death life. So, and he who gives up all effects of action completely, I do good activities, but I am not attached to it. I am not doing any bad activities, I am doing good activities. So you praise me, you always say, aha, what wonderful, what wonderful. No. Although I know, consciously I am doing good things, but I am not desirous of any name and fame and recognition and all these things, because that will bind me. These are all bondages. So, who gives up all effects of action, renounces all actions, its fruits, and becomes free from duality. I see the same myself in everyone, and I see everyone in myself. Sarva bhutastam atmanam sarva bhutani cha atmani ikshata yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshana. Gita, 2nd chapter. Bhagavan is telling. Not 2nd chapter, 4th chapter perhaps. Bhagavan is telling, you see that divine yourself in everyone, and you see the presence of everyone within yourself. So whom I will hate, whom I will kill, whom I will praise, and whom I will censor. So mind becomes like that in a solitary place and doing good to others, offering with all humility services to the seniors. And he who discards even actions enjoined by the Vedas. In the Vedas, with this Mimamsa, Karmakanda, there are so many things to do. Those things may take me to higher spheres, Sarga, higher locus, paradise, heavens. But after that again I have to come back. I will not be liberated, mukta, moksha. So, by doing karmakanda, what is enjoined in the scripture Vedas, I will maximum get swarga, longer time. But I cannot become liberated. For having liberation, I have to do this. What is that? This. The holy company attains uninterrupted love for God. This will come to me. And satarati. So, and not only these people cross themselves the ocean of this life and death, they help others also. If you can live this kind of life, that remaining always in a mentally at least solitary, not getting involved in other things, other matters, doing always good activities, and that also without any desire to have the result, and serving the seniors, serving the holy people, doing always, standing always in favor of anything good. In the scripture it is said, Yani anavaddani karmani tani sevitobhyani. Always do the good activities, welfare activities to the society. No itarani, never ever do any harmful activity to the society. So, those people actually, they themselves cross and help others to cross. So we stop here and we will continue again with this more discussion about these things. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Any question?
Yeah, just the one. If people become better in good and holy company, then why didn't Hriday become a good devotee?
People, please read again.
If people become better in good and holy company,
Yes.
then why didn't Hriday become a good devotee? Hriday.
Then why they don't become
Yeah.
good devotees?
He's talking about Hriday, right? The nephew of
Hriday.
Hriday.
Hriday. Oh, Hriday. Why Hriday also could not become? That is the sanskara. Generally, we will see only Hriday who could not become changed, or we will see hundreds and thousands became changed. Why my mind will be so negative? Hriday was not ready for that, although God was there. That is what is said, that for some people God's grace is required. Holy company makes us transform towards good, but not all. All can be transformed by God only, and that Hriday also, at that time he was not transformed, but that Hriday also was liberated afterwards. But in the beginning he could not understand the spiritual strength and power manifestation of Sri Ramakrishna. He thought he is my mama, my maternal uncle, with this family relation. So he is also a human being, I am also a human being, so what? Like that. Everyone's enlightenment doesn't come altogether in the same way at the same time. Buddhadev, for getting illumination, had to had hundreds of lives to prepare himself to have the final emancipation, illumination. He himself, this Jataka Katha, those stories are there. So, and why we will see who could not only, there are exceptions. Everybody is going to the driving, one or two accidents are happening, so we have to be alert. But that doesn't mean that there will be no driving, because there was an accident and nobody is reaching their destination. One or two are not reaching the destination. They are meeting with accidents. But hundreds and thousands are meeting. Why we will be disturbed and questioned? Those will also, on the 1st of January, Sri Ramakrishna, when telling them what more I can bless you, be all of you aware of your spiritual consciousness. So, and one or two, that day also Master said, not now, yes, it will happen, not now, yes, let time come. When Sri Ramakrishna was entering in the home of Girish Chandra Ghosh, Girish Ghosh invited some other friends, and Sri Ramakrishna did not know who is inside, but Sri Ramakrishna, while entering the home, just in a bhava mood, ecstatic mood, telling Girish, why do you bring each and everybody? If time is not matured, appropriate, nothing will happen. So, yes, although he was with God, Duryodhana was with God, Duryodhana did not understand. Ravana was with God. Hanumanji spoke to him so many things. So please return Sita and apologize. Ravana did not pay heed. But why we will see only this? And these are exceptions. That kind of people are also there. So we have to be very cautious and alert. Next.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Jai Ma. So close that. Anything from here? Thank you.